There comes a time in every soul's journey when we must ask, where did we lose the way? Not just in systems or structures, but in the rhythm of our bodies, the peace of our minds, the quiet truth of our spirits. And the answer is always the same, whispered on the wind, carried by the trees, spoken by the soil, return to the earth. The earth remembers what we forgot. Our ancestors knew something we were never taught in school, that healing is not a product, it is a rhythm. It is not found in pills, perfection, or productivity, but in the wild, breathing memory of the earth. They walked barefoot, not for lack of shoes, but for presence. They talked to leaves, bathed in rivers, watched birds for messages, and picked herbs not just for body ailments, but for soul dis-ease. Their medicine was made of ritual and root, not only diagnosis and data. They understood the earth doesn't just nourish the body, it mirrors the spirit. Barefoot grounding, touching the pulse of the earth. One of the simplest yet most profound practices of reconnection is barefoot grounding, also called earthing. To walk barefoot on the soil, grass, sand, or clay is to plug your body back into the electrical rhythm of the planet. Scientific studies now confirm what indigenous wisdom has always said. Grounding reduces inflammation. It improves sleep and calms the nervous system. It resets your natural frequency. But beyond the science is something spiritual. There is something holy about putting your bare feet on the land your ancestors walked. It is as if the earth says, "Ah, you remember me. You're home." Nature has never stopped trying to heal us. Even now, through the noise of modern life, the plants are whispering their wisdom. Ephedrine, or African basil, doesn't just calm the stomach, it calms the spirit. Uziza, with its fire, reminds us of the power in our bloodlines. Neem purifies not just the skin, but clears toxic energy. Lavender, ginger, clove, hibiscus, guava, bitter leaf, these are not just herbs. They are ancestors in plant form. To work with herbs is to step into the old covenant, the one made between human and plant, healer and leaf, mother and child. When we take the time to brew a tea, crush a leaf, anoint with oil, or bathe in herbs, we are not just healing, we are remembering. Healing, is a circle, not a line. The earth does not rush. She moves in cycles: seed, bloom, decay, rest, and then rise again. She shows us that healing isn't linear. You don't just fix yourself and move on. Instead, you circle, you spiral. You return again and again to layers of yourself with deeper compassion and clarity. Just like the moon, just like the tide, just like the breath. Nature doesn't ask for perfection, she asks for presence. She says, "Come sit under my tree. Breathe, cry, sing, lay your burdens down. I've been holding them for lifetimes." Every ecosystem offers its own medicine. Forests teach silence, rivers teach flow, mountains teach perspective, deserts teach clarity, and oceans teach surrender. Even your local environment, your backyard, your village path, that fruiting tree nearby, has something to offer. It doesn't have to be wild to be sacred. And when we return to these spaces, not with entitlement but with reverence, we begin to see ourselves not as separate from nature, but as part of her body. How to return to the earth, both practically and spiritually. You don't have to go far, and you don't have to spend money. The earth is generous. Here's how to begin. First, take off your shoes. Stand or sit on the soil daily, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Breathe deeply. Feel your heartbeat sync with the ground. Second, start a plant relationship. Choose one herb. Learn its history, how it grows, how it heals. Make tea. Use it in rituals. Let it teach you. Third, observe a natural space. Sit near a tree or a garden. Watch how it changes. Keep a nature journal. Record your feelings, dreams, and signs. Fourth, make a nature altar. Collect leaves, stones, water, wood. Create a sacred space indoors. Let it remind you the earth is always with you. Fifth, offer something back. Sing to the land, pour libation, plant something. Healing is reciprocal. When all else fails, return to her. When the mind is heavy, return to her. When the heart is broken, return to her. When you feel lost, too modern, too tired, too fractured, return. She does not judge how long you've been gone. She only says, "I've missed you. Come rest. Let me show you how to live again." You were never separate. You were always soil, always breath, always rooted in something older than fear. Return to the earth. She holds the blueprint for your healing.